I need to have my face in the left, right?
Somewhere in the middle, on the left.
Upper left will be fine. Okay, I'm ready. I didn't press
No,
ready
upper
though.
left won't be fine. Upper left is your all your health and stuff. Don't put it in the upper left. Well, if we pick our characters, I will start at the stream.
Okay.
I'm gonna be.
I am a tree.
Oh no.
I'm not a tree, don't worry.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be this dude. I'm gonna be very high on.
You love Thane.
Yeah, he's cool. I think he's the best character in the entire game.
Raw power.
Next to River.
I love River. Oh, you
Oh,
guys all
perfect,
going
Magna.
in, going Wolfie to against me.
I didn't know what AI is coming. I can do a reroll AI or else he's gonna be bad. I wanna be. He's gonna be a
Oh,
rat.
I have a random amulet, so
Oh, nice.
I
Alright,
think.
I'm gonna start up the stream. You all ready for this?
please not the rot one, please not the rot one, please not the rot one.
You're all ready for this? Ghost Recon. No, not Ghost Recon. Armello. Alright, it's a, what's it called? A elite
Oh, I should move my face. That's really annoying.
episode number 4. Yay.
Do you write the topic too?
Yeah, I'm ready. No, not yet. I'm just doing the our names in the sphere. Ooh, Natpigen, because this is gonna be all.
Oh, I want that one.
And what's your name, Blazing? Blazing underscore.
And now I'll move my face. I'll do it. Here, I guess. There. Okay. You are?
Like you're like, I'll put it here, and it's like right in the middle. Perfect.
Are we live
Who's
already?
Thane?
I'm playing. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just worried about your timer while you sort things out.
What do I need to go, by the way? I need to go there. Let's go here, here, and here. I want to see if we're live already. I think we're live.
You think?
I think we're live.
Surely it's weird live when we're not live.
Sorry.
I think we're live.
If
Oh,
we
we'll
did
make it the
so, I'm
bulk
sorry
stream.
for the burp.
No, we can cut it. We're not on the intro yet.
Cannot connect to the server within the time limit. No, we're not live. Jesus fuck nuts. Shit. Let's go. Broadcast gameplay. YouTube.
Now, what we're saying is, like, have a game to think about, then you can kind of lead for that game, and then everyone bounces their ideas off of your thing.
I'll start. If you do the introduction, Blazing, I'll start off.
Do you want to do the intro now, or shall I?
Who?
Matt?
No, you guys
have
can
to
do that.
Connor, you do the intro.
Alright, well, welcome
can
to
bounce
the
it back to me.
amazing...
No, it's not
Oh,
no!
talking over me, you asshole. Wait, where are we going with this?
You do the intro?
Okay, we're ready? Wait, which episode are we, by the way?
Four.
Episode 4.
4.
I have.
4.
It's not on
Alright.
air yet. Oh, wait, no, it's
You ready,
not on air
guys?
yet. No, not on air yet.
Oh.
It has trouble then connecting to the YouTube servers. I don't know why. I have no idea why this is this.
Now, you might want to move your mic just a tiny bit away from wherever your nose is, I think. Because I think I can hear a little bit of breathing.
That's my mouth, though, I think. Well, I don't know. Is it better now?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't really hear it. It was only just like, I just heard a breath and I know it was your one. I know if I have my mic, like, above my mustache, it picks up, like, breathing. If I have it below my, like, goatee, it's fine.
Okay, so I'll just move it below my goatee.
Oh yeah, I use this as a rule of life. Everything goes below the goatee.
I think I have a problem with YouTube right now. I can't connect to the.
I'm live.
Hey, you're live, but.
Hey, welcome to Natstream! Woo!
Go here. Then go here. See if we can do this one.
Or at least I think I am.
Nope.
Yeah, I do.
It says you were live, but.
I'm alive.
I'm alive. Na, na, na.
Staying alive, staying alive.
Oh. Okay.
That I think
let's-
you have to stream because it really doesn't allow. It doesn't connect on my end to the YouTube server.
Ooh.
Do you want to give Nat the login, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on WhatsApp.
Nat, you're wearing the pants today.
It's really the connectivity to the server within a time limit. What's up with that?
That's so
That was
weird.
a rot I just saw.
What?
Be a shame if someone
Why did I
did
do
nothing.
this? Come on! Yay! Oh, I am so fucking freaking ready. Open. Oh,
Which is
this is
let me
great.
go one more
Stealth.
time.
Oh, fucking AI, you fucking shitbag.
Haha.
What? It's fucking turn 2 and I'm fucking wanted, for fuck's sake. Oh my god, what even is this hand?
Oh, I think we're on air.
Bottle of diarrhea.
I hope we
I think we're
are.
on air.
Yay! Congrats, man. No?
Yes, we're on air.
Yay!
Give me a second, I'm just doing the peril.
Well,
Ah,
you
for
can
fuck's
while you
sake,
do
I
the
failed it.
parallel.
No, give me a second, because then I gotta pick my quest thing. Oh my
Mhm.
god, this is fucking terrible. This is a fucking awful start right here. I guess ever worse, for fuck's sake.
So many
Ow.
delicious beans around here.
I'm prestige leader. Yay!
You are? Oh yeah, I did also make that thing. Pact.
Yes, that will do nicely.
Oh, I have no prestige. All right.
Hey, why did you do? Oh, that's not very nice of you, Innisphere.
It's either that or pay up cold. I don't want to pay up
Fuck's
gold.
sake.
Well, anyways, hello
Give me a
everybody.
sec, give me a sec,
Good evening,
goddammit.
good evening, and welcome to the
Wait,
Awesome
just wait,
Mind
wait
Pod,
1 moment,
episode
goddammit.
number
Wait.
4.
Oh.
No. You had your chance.
No, well, let me
Now
get
I'm
this out of the
taking
way, because I'm
over.
not going to be able to speak anyway while I get this shit done.
Wait, what shit done?
I'm
He's
being attacked right now.
Being attacked
Yeah,
because he's
so?
a fugitive. Why are you a fugitive?
Because the fucking AI me wanted in fucking turn 1.
Oh.
So?
Give me a sec. Alright, okay. We're ready now.
We're already ready. We're already going for like...
Oh, you're the one who took
Like-
fucking ages to get it streaming.
Well, I said with 2 minutes. Here you go. We're live. And
Yeah, and I
then
was
we
like, bear
start.
with. My turn right now.
It's my turn. This is my turn.
Yeah, well, you're not speaking, are you? So not your problem.
And that's the proper
Alright, you fuckers
intro.
ready now? We're ready to fucking play. You wanted to stream. What fucking idea was this? You wanna go? You wanna go?
We go.
Alright,
Hey,
well.
Blue.
Welcome to the Awesome Mind Pod, episode 4. So today we're going to be talking about video games. Hopefully. If we can keep the schedule. And I think, Innisfair, you're going to take it away today, aren't you?
Yeah, you wanted to talk.
Let us know a topic. Let us know the
Well,
topic.
Well, the topic's a mystery.
Oh, the topic is a mystery, like a big, huge mystery.
Well, we'll be
and I'm
looking,
not
we'll
going
be
to
looking
tell
at
you.
some, we'll be looking at some video games and how we might change them so they're not shit. I mean, so that they're better. So often when we play video games,
I
there's
think-
we think of a game, we think, oh, if only it had this, it might be better. How will we make it more perfect? Along those sort of lines.
I think not shit is the best correction word used there. I mean, better. No, not shit, because some games are just plain shit due to the fact that they have really big flaws in it. Like huge flaws. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I want to talk about Rainbow Six Siege. It's a game we all three play, and I think if they made some adjustments to the game, it would be so much better and it would be so much more enjoyable. And I'm not talking about the obvious ones like matchmaking, server errors, netcode delays, and all that kind of shit, because that's kind of the obvious route to go, saying the game will be better if they did this to it. Yeah, we all know that, and no, they will never do that, because, you know, they like to fuck us right up the, yeah, you know it, pooper scooper. So, no, they're not gonna do that. So I'm talking about things actually in the game, like gameplay stuff, what would make Rainbow Six a better game? Like, what would it to make it from this pile of pixelated poo into like a really nice game you want to play every single day of your life? So that's my my thingy.
Okay, then are you gonna start?
I can start.
Yeah, you best you lead into it. You picked the game, so you know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
So I think Rainbow, the whole aspect of the Rainbow Six series, I think it's more like on the line of more team play, cooperative team play, and more of breaching into building as a team of, as a team of law enforcement people, and then try to either eliminate or immobilize your opponent, and then, well, either you kept the objective, you disarm the bombs, or you rescue the hostage. So my biggest problem with the game playable aspect is it gets the little stealth and team play aspect of the game gets a little lost here and there, and sometimes you feel like you're on a game of Call of Duty or a game of Battlefield where people are just running around and shooting, while they're either not defending the objective as the so-called quote-unquote terrorists, because they were originally made as terrorists, or they're just rushing into the building as a bunch of morons and not as a like law enforcement. So I think one of the things that would change the game for the better is if they balanced it out a little bit more, that where team play comes more into play. Like you have to work as a team together to enter a building. Yeah, that would be for me would be one of the things. Was like, oh yeah, that would be cool if they incorporated somehow more of a team play aspect. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. They should incorporate it, and then like you would get more teams, more points for doing the objective and stuff, so it could actually like it would pay out to do that, because normally you can get tons of points, but people tend to look more at the um at the kill death ratio and stuff like that. And I would like it if they had another point system, or if they more on the objectives as well, because I like the strategizing part of Rainbow Six Siege as well. So I agree on that.
Well, I would take away the points you get from killing, and give points for more. The same points you'd give for like a kill would be the equivalent for an assist. But in general, you make the points fairly minute to if you win the round. So each win would carry more points than any kills. So you could have a really great game, but if you lost, it's worth next to nothing. Or even just take away the kill board entirely. So you still get points for the kills, but you don't keep a record of it. All it keeps at the top is 1 blue, 2 yellow. Because really that should be the objective, not the kills. And the thing is, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you win as a team. You
Yep.
don't win as a single.
Nope.
The other thing with that is, when you said about working as a team, I would modify the gadgets. So most of the gadgets work singularly. Obviously, with castles, barricades, and thermites barricades, you can combine the two of them. Majority of abilities are singular usage. You know, if you look at like Glaz, Buck, they're all those operators are very much you can only works for you. Smoke even hurts your teammates. You know what I mean? It's most abilities don't want to make you work as a team. They want you to actually work alone, which is a shame.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and and the use of gadgets. I mean, this is what we talked about earlier on. Basically, it's like the gadgets, the original gadgets from all the original operators. I mean, they're somehow believable that they could exist or they do exist in the real world. Like you can see someone running around with a sledgehammer. Well, it's not feasible he's doing that because a sledgehammer weighs a whole lot and is very heavy to swing around. So you probably just swing once and then just leave it at the front door because you're not gonna run with that. But alright, it's believable that someone could have a hammer with him, and it's believable that someone could actually use a shock drone. I mean, that's kind of believable. But now the new operators, they all got these gadgets. Well, like the Spanish ones who's coming out this Tuesday. I mean, the attacker can see footprints on the floor and where people are. It's like, really? That's. I mean, I get why you want to incorporate that in your game, but that's kind of taken away from the reality aspect of the game. It's more putting it into the Call of Duty universe instead of getting it more into a old Tom Clancy universe.
Well, I mean, the whole universe. COD wasn't the first game to do futuristic stuff. It's not like I wouldn't compare it to like a COD universe because it's not really. Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say that's the right comparison. It's giving it more of a sci-fi feel to it than a realism feel.
Yeah, well, COD, in my opinion, is well, it's going down a path that I'm like, nah. I've never liked COD, but the new ones are really like new, never gonna play this. But that's a whole different story, and it's not about this game. So yeah, I mean, all the gadgets, they should they be more attuned to each other? Yes, I do think so.
Well, but the other line of thought is it's not a realistic game. It pictures itself as a realistic game, yes, but in practice it's not. So if it's already not a realistic game, are you really losing out? on it from that point of view, since they've already kind of forgo the whole basing it in fact. Because it would be nice if it was. Don't get me wrong, I'd love that, but it's not really. So I know you're saying you don't like it in that fashion, but in a way, it's not like it's not in keeping with the current theme. It's always been a bit of a out there.
Yeah, but for every older Tom Clancy a game, they were always in the now universe, like in the reality of what's here and right in front of us. Instead of making things up, they always incorporate something that was believable and realistic. And somehow they kind of lost track of sight of that. I mean, the intentional game and how it was portrayed and how it came out and how the trailer was like, you really gonna go into this building with where we're all terrorists and you're gonna rescue the hostage, and then you work as a team to take out either the bad guys or get the hostage out. And it was really like this tactical multiplayer game where you can shoot through the windows and shoot through the walls, and it was like realism, confined spaces, doing your thing. And how the original game was kind of like that when it released, but now they're moving more towards the ridiculous stuff, in my opinion. So I was like, yeah, I do like the game still. Why is he attacking me? I still do love the game, but I think they should really veer away from gadgets that are not really realistic. Like the Japanese guy, he has a drone who can like camouflage itself and you can't see. I mean, in my knowledge, that technology does not exist in the current day and time. I mean, if that is true, that should be applicable to more stuff than just a drone. Make a tank with that or a plane with it, not just a drone. So yeah, I don't know. It's that kind of makes it bad for me.
Hmm.
I'd add a campaign.
What?
I'd add a campaign to it.
Yeah. I'm totally with you on that.
There's so much space to add that sort of thing, and I know that's not where they were going with the game. That's fine, but when it comes down to how would I make it better, I would give it a campaign because the potential is there. I mean, think about it. It's a game where you're breaching and you're doing these objectives. Make this into a whole huge, like, take Bartlett University. You've got expand that maybe to a few buildings, and you've got to get in there and find the hostage. That would work great as a campaign. And let's say, like, okay, today you're playing as the Canadians and you're breaching the boat, and there's like a few boats. Or today you're playing as the FBI SWAT. You're an FBI team responding to calls that there's bombs there. You know what I mean? You could theme it so much better than what they call tutorials. Morph them into levels.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, because they did actually kind of play it like they want. They had so much story behind each character. It's like
you're okay. You get 7 seconds. Sorry.
Yeah.
they could like they already planned some. What do you have in there? They're they kind of did some introduction to each of the operators in it, or commander. What do they call operators? In it. So it seemed like they would like to tell a story about them. Why don't they let us try to play it? That would be awesome. Like Blazing said, it would be awesome to get the story and get to play it when they actually seem like they do want to tell some story about it. Why else would they say it's from it's Canadians? And it would be such it seems like it would be such a great campaign if they made it exactly as Blazing just described, that like, let's play a SWAT team, and then they should make up very realistic sceneries for the for that one, for the campaign. And now it's my turn.
They're releasing DLC for all the new operators. You could release a story campaign level for it. It wouldn't be a hard implication. Like, I mean, a lot of the things I'd love to do with the game to improve it would require major overhauls. This is one which it wouldn't really. Yes, it would be a whole, obviously, new department, a whole new line of thinking, but it wouldn't have been too hard to do. It's just a shame that it's not there. Because when I first heard about it, that's where I assumed it was going. Wrongly, obviously.
Oh fuck.
I mean, the other thing that I'd probably look at is generally expanding the maps somewhat. I think in general all the maps are fairly small, and I'd like them to be a lot bigger.
I think that the maps are the new maps are very big, but I like that the diversion in it. No, that's not what it's called. Diversity in it, that we have the house, for instance, that's such a small map, and the plane is such a small map, and then we have the clubhouse, which is a medium map, and then the new Asian maps that are just fucking confusing to me because
Yeah,
they're
it
so
seems that
huge.
they seems that they did the new maps. They went all out breakable walls. Like you have this room and you have like 10 breakable walls, and you just have uh, 8 reinforcements. How are you gonna do that? Like, why? You know, not everything has to be breakable. Some things can just be unbreakable. I mean, that gives an advantage for the defenders. Yes, but I mean, sometimes that is what it is. Some levels are have to be better designed for defenders, and some levels have to be better designed for the attackers. And it seems now all the levels are mostly designed for attackers. So,
I don't think the maps are very big. I mean, for me, I'd increase them all to the size of probably Bartlett University size. So, like, the favela for me is way too small, the boat's small. I'm thinking, like, probably double the size of the boat, double... I was thinking, you know, double the size, that sort of thing.
oh yeah, I would really enjoy bigger maps. Yeah, absolutely. And I would add some more tactical devices to the attackers for their use, like cameras you can put on the doors, or mirrors you can put on the doors, or on the corners of the walls. Like
Oh,
you
that's
can
such
look
an
around
awesome
things.
idea
And
Yeah,
with
but
the
I was...
mirrors.
that the idea the idea isn't new anyways, because they already had it in the older SWAT games and the older Rainbow games. They already had that, and they just dismissed it. It's like, why?
That's the other thing I'd add with it is you've got the defender gadgets. You can have grappling hooks and things for the assault. So rather than like you just have the rappel, it's just like a ping and you start going up like a quick one almost. There's so many different things you could do with like situational things.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised there isn't a like distracting thing where it's like I don't know, fireworks or something to distract the enemy. Because we don't have that as a defender. It's the one I keep thinking they'll bring out, and they just don't.
No, no, absolutely, they have nothing like that.
I was
So
thinking
I'd
about
love...
something, but you guys with your ideas. You just kind of I was amazed by your ideas, and one of them I had been thinking of myself, and now I just totally forgot what I was gonna say because I've been talking about that idea several times, and now I forgot it.
It's always the case.
I'm gonna
For me, there's... Oh, you go.
I'm gonna remember later.
There's one thing which they need to do, and if they don't do it by the end of like the year 2 of content, I'll be very sad. What they need to do is have a defense character who can place cardboard cutouts.
Huh?
What? Sorry, I
So
didn't hear it.
what you do is you deploy like a cardboard cutout of like cap can or something, so that when a defender rounds a corner, they'll panic fire, assuming it's a person. Or if someone's shooting at you, you leave your cardboard cutout and run away. Because it'd be very easy to implement, and it's just like a good distracting thing. Or you have it like on the bomb site. Because you think about it, how often when you're down to a few people left and you're edging around the corner, do you know what I mean? You start firing. I think it'd be a great way to decoy them out. And I think it's kind of a funny way of doing it. You can hide behind it, not for tactical reasons, because obviously it's made of cardboard, but equally you could hide behind it and be like, surprise!
That's a
I
good
don't know,
idea.
I think it'd be funny. It'd be a
It
more
would be
comedic way
funny.
of doing it. And
They
it's not crazy, it's not like fancy tech. We all
No.
have cardboard.
But one of the characters they also really must implement into the game is a dog type for the assault characters, because yeah, you can down a defender and you have Doug reviving him. It's like, okay, But what if an attacker gets down? You got no one. He's just down. You can bring him up, but you cannot really revive him again. So
Now the problem I have with that is, the attackers have assault rifles. In general, the attackers have much better equipment. So in exchange, the defenders have, in general, supposed to be better perks and things because of that.
yeah, but is that so?
In some cases, I think so. I mean, in general, the main thing with the attack people is they do have a better guns. They just do. Like, if you play them, you find out very quickly that, oh, my SMG is no good compared to your assault rifle.
True. But we're talking about gadgets. Are the gadgets better for the attacker than, or for the assault defenders than for the attackers?
I think they're damn sight more versatile.
Yeah, attackers have mostly blowing up stuff.
Whereas obviously defense, you've got Doc, you got Pulse, you've got the Brazilian lady, Capivera. Now got the drone. You've obviously got castle. I don't know. There's a lot of different things you can do on the map. Whereas if you look at most of the attack, they're mainly gun-orientated perks. So I think it's almost designed that way. Their perks are designed to enhance their attacking ability, whereas defense are designed to enhance their ability to defend against that. So by giving the enemy team the opposite of that, i.e. giving you a really strong defensive character gun-wise, would be a little unfair, and likewise giving attack characters a very versatile gadget like a Doc gun would be too OP, in my opinion. I wouldn't do that. I feel that would make things too unbalanced. I like the fact that there's a disparity between the two.
Wouldn't we have a gun? But it should be like, all right, you're dying there. I have this like defibrillating pads. I can revive you, or I can put you back, give you a little bit more health faster than just try to help you up and exposing myself.
Nope, I disagree. I don't think the attack should have any way to heal, because they're attacking. The defense players are all set up. The attackers are coming in to get the hostage or the bombs within a certain amount of time. I don't think that's right to have some sort of healing.
And then
it's kind of the point. You've got to be careful.
And if we talk about attacking, by the way, I always found out when they start when they launch the game, I always found it funny that there was this whole police line with police car, and there are no police. So you know what? Terrorists just can go. Our defenders, can go outside and kill you. It's like, no, they're all assault vehicles here. There have to be policemen here. They have to see you and have to be shooting at you. You cannot leave your house. You cannot leave your objective. You have to defend it. There's no leaving it. That's not, if I'm robbing a bank, I'm not gonna get out and shoot at the police. I'm staying in. I'm not gonna go out. That makes no sense.
Well, I would do that in exchange, other than your name popping up and where you are, firing near you. They might hit you, they might not. They'll do probably, let's say, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 seconds with your health.
Yep.
And the whole idea is fast characters like Ban, they're obviously low health characters, so they're as often. Now, something which will probably piss both of you off is the new DLC, the new map has a courtyard. Courtyard is outside, but it's classified as defender territory.
Yeah, but that's fine.
How did you turn to PlayStation?
Because you can walk outside and then you can shoot them while they're all.
Yeah, but if it's inside your compound, inside the walls of your compound, then technically it's inside, so it doesn't really piss me off. Like, no, I'm fine with that. It's cool. As attackers, you would just have to be more careful. It pisses me off that you can just jump outside a bank. It's like, bank, I can look outside. It's like, no, you cannot do that. You have to stay inside the bank. But then again, that's just my thing. And how I would improve the game as well is like, some objects are made of wood. And some objects are made of wood you can shoot through. Some objects are made of wood you can't shoot through. Why not? Why is there a difference between that wood and that wood?
There should be consistency.
Yes.
However, in real life, there isn't a consistency in the building. Sometimes you will shoot a bullet through wood and it'll go through it like cheese. Other times you shoot a bullet through wood and it'll be stuck. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but that
Yes,
depends
it is
on
inconsistent.
how far you shoot, or what your distance is, and
But
how
then
much
you're used to getting
velocity
different
the-
caliber of bullets, and I think that would be nice, but I think we're asking too much at that point.
And I mean, a couch can, wait, sorry, a leather sofa uh, can protect you from an impact explosion. How the hell does that happen? I mean, really? That doesn't work in real life. It just doesn't. You die.
I don't know. I've personally, the whole point of impact grenades is they have a small amount of shrapnel.
No,
And I've never seen.
Either impact grenades or C4. It just protects you. You can just lie behind the couch and you're fine. Again. Who's up? Oh, Ned is up.
Oh, anyone else want to add anything to how they'd improve Siege?
Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
wanted
well,
to,
I
but
have-
now I forgot because Bo was his PlayStation has actually been setting out today. Sorry to just interrupt about that. That's why I was what I was blabbering about because he finally got it to turn off on again. It's been broken. So that's what I was just talking to him about, and that's why my connection was so shitty that I couldn't really hear much because he just turned his PlayStation on, and for some reason that affects me.
All right. Well, the other
Sorry.
thing that doesn't really matter. The other thing I would address is some of the lightning issues. I mean, still, it's just, you know, we're now in an age where we can do anything with the PlayStation. We can bring really beautiful graphics with really beautiful lighting options, and we're still with these light boxes on Siege. Why? I mean, no.
Oh.
But that's just, that's just graphics wise, and they probably will never address that because that will involve a major restructuring of the entire game, and so they will never do that. But if you look at the trailer, and that's a Ubisoft thing. I mean, their trailers always look nicer than the actual game. So, and we're stupid for every time we walk into that trap. Like, oh, this game looks awesome. It's a game of Ubisoft. Yeah, but it looks awesome. It will never look like this, but it looks awesome. Yeah, well, still, it will never look like this. So yeah.
It's the same with Battlefield, but yeah, I agree. Oh, I
No,
remember
it's
my
not.
thing. Last time we
Disagree. We'll come back to that, but
okay, last time we were talking about our Game Awards, I think. We were talking about something about me and my game modes, and I thought Siege was actually one of the first to do the Siege thing, like the gameplay where you are in teams of 5 and it's round based and stuff like that. I really love that part of the game. I would like though that they had more game modes added. That would be fun if they added more like tactical co-oping where there was no enemies to actually kill but to extract and do strategizing and stuff like that. So again, I like the whole strategizing thing about the game and would like to see even more with it with different kinds of game modes too. That would be awesome from my end.
And like well, what kind of game modes are you thinking about then?
Stuff where you could cooperate about solving, should we say, situational puzzles? Not like puzzles, but sometimes you would be standing in a situation in the field where you could where you would need to make decisions or to kind of get yourself out of a situation. I mean, they could be creative about that. How would you get out of this situation, or like escape the room thingy, or they could do anything really co-op where you could help each other as a team to get out or get in, or or stuff like that, other than just shooting. But it is like a shooter game, but it would just, if I was to make it a perfect experience for me, it would be cool if that game contained that. I mean, with its realistic factors and all of the other great things that it has, it would be great if they added that. That would be bring a whole nother level to it, but that would also change the genre of the game, or just add more genres to it, I guess. I guess that might be a taboo for gaming, but I would love that.
For me, that would lose the Siege's identity, but
Yeah, I guess so.
not
Maybe
that
they
it's
could
bad.
do
It's
a
just
DLC for
I,
it.
it wouldn't be the same. That for me would be a different game in the Siege universe. That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's like Doom. Like they did, like they also added the snap map thing, and I actually think that's a genius idea to do, to implement into a game. Except that the loading is terrible. But yeah, I actually think that was great. So they could do like do your own thing, like adding an extra feature to the game like that.
Well, for me, that's just wasted development time on something which could have been better making the core game better. So rather than buying it, it's like if someone said to me, "Oh, we can make the game have campaign and multiplayer, or we can just focus on one and do it really well," I'd be like, "Well, don't make both one really good." Yeah, because I find two games try to do a little bit of everything, put all their eggs. And I don't get me wrong, I love having all the different options and all the different types, but I'd rather they said, "All right, this is a DLC or a different," rather,
Oh shit!
say focus. A wild gnat appeared. For all those viewers at home and who are watching in this stream and may not be looking at me, Nat just aggressively came at me.
I came at. Okay.
Yes.
I was,
We
I was just
watching that.
happily enjoying this forest, and all of a sudden, hello.
Hello, I'm breaking you. She's breaking
Great.
you.
What is up with the sound? Is that your connection placing, or is it mine?
Sound weird, isn't it?
Nope, you don't sound. Neither does Nat.
Well, then it's my connection.
Wah, wah, wah.
Because it's laggy.
Wait.
The sound is laggy.
Oh. Oh, fuck me, Amber. Oh, the one thing I'm really, I get why they did it. Let me start with that. But it's really disappointing for me is that the box art for Rainbow Six Siege, and even if it clearly shows some law enforcement agents crashing through with terrorists behind them. Yet we cannot play as terrorists. Yet we can only play as like why? I mean, law enforcement officers building and play. That doesn't really make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, that comes down to real life events. Pretty much Ubisoft got shy of
Yes.
the controversy, which is because,
Yes.
I mean, there's a way of, obviously, again, is that insensitive? Yes. Is that too far? I'd say a lot of the times probably going to be a yes. Really do that without being offensive, unfortunately, and I don't think it's the right time or, place to do it. However, saying that doesn't mean you can't have a game with terrorists, because what you're saying is this is good versus what we are seeing as evil.
Yes.
I don't feel that is, I mean...
But maybe
the only
terrorist is a
great-
big word. Maybe they shouldn't use the word terrorist. Maybe
Yeah,
they
that is a
should
bit
use
of
the
a
word.
taboo.
Maybe they should use the word criminals. I mean, criminals rob banks. They used to. I don't know if they still do that, but criminals used to rob banks. They weren't terrorists. They were just criminals. I mean, crazy people hijack planes. They aren't all terrorists. They are just crazy people. I mean, just make it like law enforcement versus criminals, not law enforcement versus law enforcement. Oh, this law enforcement officer is from this place and she is this and this, and yeah, but she's a law enforcement officer. Why is he taking that woman hostage? That doesn't really make sense. I mean, come on. It make more sense if they just put it all like law enforcement versus, like the box art. It was law enforcement on one side, and then the other side there were criminals. They were dressed like terrorists, but they were just criminals. And then you can have more fun with the different type of criminals. Maybe just change your loadout a little bit. Maybe a little bit more, yeah, not as generic. I don't know. It felt like a really missed opportunity, and like caving into, oh, it is really politically incorrect to be playing as a terrorist. Yeah, I know it's kind of insensitive maybe in this time of age, but it's not really. I mean, you can play criminal in many different games. It doesn't really make it politically incorrect or insensitive. It just means that you are a criminal, and it's a video game, and it's in real life. So come on. So yeah. Oh, dude, why did you do that?
Because unfortunately you were closest.
That
It's not a good excuse, but literally, you're there. I need to burn the card.
They
and get
could,
the
they
one.
could, however, do some more, some different objectives. Like it is only 3 different kinds of objectives, like hostage, what is it? Secure the area and bombs. I would
Oh,
love
that I'll
another
agree
one.
with.
Oh yeah, I would totally love another one.
What would you add now, specifically?
Huh? Sorry?
Huh?
Yeah?
As Fine then, just ignore me. See if I care.
No,
I didn't want to speak to you anyway.
sorry.
Innisfree, what do you think?
What were you saying?
I said, if you, what would you add then? You said a different objective would be nice, a different type. But
I
what
don't know,
specifically would
like
you add?
something like domination or like other of the well-known objectives.
how
But
would you then?
I would love
How
it
would you
if they
fit that in?
implemented something new. What? Sorry.
But how they fit that in with the law? So you said domination, but how are you going to have terrorists taking of, or you got the defenders and attackers? How would you make that so that
I would
it's
make
still
the
within like a real
police
life
like,
setting?
well, if the terrorists had taken over, like taken over some point, I don't know, then it must be the law that should either, well, sometimes they do it tactical, and other times I guess they just storm the entire place. Or if it was like something with a mafia or whatever, they could do. It doesn't have to be the terrorist thing though, but they could find their way to do that. There are some situations where the police just storm in, I guess. I don't know. Isn't there?
Okay, no, but would you not lose the siege identity behind it? That's my
Yeah,
worry.
maybe it would. Maybe it would.
Don't get me wrong. I would love more objectives, but there's only so because of the way Siege has designed itself thematically. There's only so much you can do before it's like, is that really Siege then? And that's why I would never had it as like operators versus operators. You could have had it as different, criminals versus cops, and then you could have had it. I don't know. When you say holding it, it could be holding down a drug warehouse before either reinforcements arrive from the cops or from the drug addicts. However way you want to put it, there's different ways you could spin it.
Mhm.
I think. Unfortunately, the way they're kind of like shoehorned themselves in my opinion, the wrong place.
Maybe, yeah. But I never Well, I was just thinking it would be a nice add-on to some objectives. Maybe they should just call it like something like a different. Like they could have the original Siege, and then they could have. I would, if it was me developing it, I would make like different departments of the game where you could, just like Battlefield's new whatever it's called, the campaign in Battlefield 1, where you can see it from the pilot side of the road, and you can see it from if you were going tank way and stuff like that. They could do an original Siege thing where you could enter the game as it is now, and then they could just add one where it was more about, should we call it miscellaneous other situations that you could be in. I don't know. I don't know how I would do it. Something like that. I do not know. Maybe
But
they
you
could
must know
include
that.
it.
You must
Maybe
think.
they could. Maybe they could include it in the campaign though. Or they could make a, yeah, they could include it in the campaign, because if you are gonna play as I was thinking the campaign missions should be different, right? Because it's from different countries and different. Like one of them is FBI, and then there's SWAT and Spetsnaz and stuff like that. So I guess that would bring different game modes, but not to the original game. But it would bring different missions and stuff into the game.
Oh, I see what you mean. You could have. I mean, I might be going down the wrong train of thought from what you just said there, but if you theme it around particular types. So, for example, you know the Brazilians when they brought them in, like a good opportunity in that sense is obviously in Brazil they had the obviously favelas and the riots. Obviously, a lot of that is drug gang territory. So I imagine you could have it themed around, I don't know, destroying a
Cartel.
crack den or
Yeah.
a heroin place. Then when you've got the Japanese, which is when you think of Japanese, you think of crime. I've never been to Japan, and knowing nothing outside of Japan apart from the Western influence of it, when you think of Japanese mafia, you think of Yakuza. Why not have it as, whereas in the favela you've got really lightly armed terrorists or gang members, then when you go to like the Yakuza, you've got well-armed, suited men, skilled, like for speed in that sense. You see what I mean? And then that could be, you've got to go up a skyscraper and maybe hold the building for the Yakuza's reinforcements arrive. I don't know, there's different ways you could play it, and if you themed it around it, it'd still fit in with the whole Tom Clancy's police force kind of image. At least that's the way I think you're going with that, and I like that idea.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different police forces. There's so many different types of people they've already included, like the different specialists. Why not bring the crimes in it as well?
Yeah. That would be cool.
It'll give you a good, like, even if it's something completely different. So let's say, I don't know, let's say in Japan they have a high, I don't know, horse stealing problem. Either way, it give you an influence into what their society is like. Because this has given me quite an insight into the police forces. Like, I don't know if any of you've read the bios on the characters.
Yeah, some of them I did, not a lot.
Yeah, I thought they were, really quite interesting.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted them to develop a campaign, like a single-player campaign, or even a co-op campaign. They could do lots of different stuff there.
I didn't see. She's in the castle, the rabbit.
Yep, she's in the castle.
They could do a lot of shit. Making campaign a single-player or co-op campaign where they could they seem like they have so much knowledge about it all, so it would be nice to see them implemented in a campaign.
Mm-hmm. Just so you're all aware, I'm not going for the king. I'm removing Amber from the castle. I'll be leaving it shortly.
How the fuck did you
rot,
get all of that
7.
rot?
Like, I do not want to be fighting the king right now. I'm in a very bad place if I wanted to.
How did you gain all that rot?
Because I am the rot man. I failed 2 of my quests, which gave me rot. So the game kind of forced me to take the rot path.
Sure.
It wasn't my choice.
Sure. Because you gained 1 rot? Yeah, I see.
I gained 3 rot, actually. I failed 1 quest, which gave me +1 rot. Then I failed a second one, it gave me +2 rot. And I was like, well, I have hot rot wine. I'm on 4 rot already, so fuck it.
I want to get rid of my cards.
Oh, Innisfair, you sound like you've suddenly fallen down a well.
Sorry, still?
Like, surprise, well! Whee!
Sorry.
Before we move on, you should probably get your mic back in here. Otherwise, this is the Mind Pod, minus Innisfair, because we airlocked him for being an asshole.
Is this better?
Nope. I mean, it's better, but, like, it's still ass.
Oh, this is weird, because it didn't do anything.
We should call it Mind Pod 4, Technical Difficulties. Now, you have a dog. Can it do a lassie kind of thing? Like, can it find Innisfair?
Of course. I'll just send it off to the Netherlands right now. Why not?
Look, don't get high and don't bang any hookers, okay? You're just here to get Innisfair.
Is it better now?
No.
Again, better, but still bad.
I don't know what happened, because I've not done anything. Is it better now?
Better again, but still not back to where you were.
I have no idea what happened then, because I just muted it because
there you are. You're good.
Alright.
Yeah, now it's fine.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
It is a hiccup. On
Technical hiccup.
a technical hiccup.
Alright, I mean, I could go on for Siege probably for another few hours, but I think we've kind of said our main points of Siege. I'm probably happy to move on if you guys are.
That's fine.
Because, I mean, otherwise we might as well just call it Mind Pod 4. Why Siege is shit and how we make it better. As someone who
We
loves
could
it.
do that. We could do that as well. But Blazing, you have a game which can be improved upon.
Every game I've ever played.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
I don't think there's ever been a perfect
Freezing
game that
game.
I've played.
Maybe a game which we
recently.
all played, so we all can say something about
Oh,
it.
I'm gonna say because there's so many things with Skyrim Remastered I could tell you. As someone who loves the Bethesda franchises and Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls and how, despite I'm loving the game, it is a remastered pile of ass. But neither of you have played it, have you?
Nope.
No.
I mean, I would rather not use it as my choice, so you can come back to me. But I feel Battlefield 1 would be a good one we can all add opinions to, because I think we will have quite diverse opinions on this one.
Probably just as like we have all diverse opinions on Siege. So start
Well, I mean,
out with
let's have a
your.
look at Battlefield. So, we're talking specifically about Battlefield 1, rather than the franchise as a whole. So, for those of you who haven't played Battlefield 1, it's set in the World War One era, which is a step back from the current series, which has been pushing closer and closer to futuristic war. They've now taken a step right the way back to the World War One era. The campaign is split into 5 different chunks, where you play as different characters in the war, and it's represented quite well. You've got Australian, which an Australian in a game. Normally you get Yanks or Yanks, so it's nice to see that. Then you've got a American pilot, you've got an English tank driver, you've got an Italian in heavy armor. They didn't really elaborate other than he was Italian, what else he was, but yep. And then it has a quite robust multiplayer. So I love the game. It's a game which I've sunk, I don't know, probably, coming up to probably 100 hours now. I've played the game. I've unlocked all the guns in multiplayer, almost got all the codex entries. I've played a hell of a lot of it. But
Jesus.
it has some huge pitfalls in it. The campaign, I think, was a fantastic idea. It was give you a greater, expanse of the World War, show you different battles and the completely different tactics compared to the Arabian missions, compared to the Italian missions, compared to the tank driving. However, they're all too fucking short. I would rather have had 3 long campaigns, or make them all a little bit longer, because you can't feel invested with the characters when you view them for, like an hour or 2, and then you're done with them. So it's like when your comrades die, you don't give a shit because you're not really invested. So, I mean, look at the tank there. You just slowly see a movie cliche going on. Whereas you look at the Italian one, the Italian was actually quite a good representation, in theory, of the battle. And then it's, we have Rambo here and his massive set of armor. It's like, oh, wow, you kind of ruined that. And then, I mean, if any of you have played the plane one is really out there, so don't even get me started on that one. But it could have done it a lot more realistic and brought you a lot more into the campaign, want to care about them more. And the issue's only made worse by the fact that you can see that there is quality there. There's the elements of, this actually starts to be a good idea, and then it's ruined.
Yeah, can I add a note to that?
Yeah, please.
I think also the dedication, that's one of the good things about Battlefield, but I agree totally on your point there, that I really like, I just think it would ruin the great idea that they have had to show dedication to each war hero that there's been. Like, it's as if they're dedicating each scenario to a known war hero, or unknown even, yeah. With a name that pops up after you die in the campaign. But they could have implemented that in another way, though, to exactly
you're talking
give
about
you...
the prologue.
Yep, that one. But also, aren't they continuing that?
No.
I'm disappointed.
No,
I
I
didn't...
agree with you. That Harlem bit, the bit where you first play as the Harlem Hellfighters, who are for those of you who don't know, that was an all-black, well, I won't say all-black, it was all kind of ethnic, that wasn't white, based mainly in Harlem, New York. They went into war as they were known as the Blackies to some. They were, rejected by the Americans, rejected by the French. Everyone saw them as kind of just a waste of space, just going to be cannon fodder. And they held one of the most important fronts in I can't remember the exact details of it. They held it, and they did it despite all the persecution and the not having the trust. And when you play it in the prologue, you play as a person, and when you die, it shows their name, and it's like, oh shit, I've just Jimmy from down in Fifth Street is dead, and then it really gets you into it. It makes you feel like in war you lose, you die, and then you move on to the next campaign. It's like, oh, that's such a like turnaround from a dramatic experience to a aha, kill everyone, I am Rambo again. It showed such promise, and it really let me down because I played that first bit and I was like, this is game of the year. I played the rest of it. I was like, oh, I kind of want to play more with those dudes.
Oh.
So that's how I'd improve the campaign. Anyone else want to add to the campaign, or should I just move on to the multiplayer?
No, I haven't played the campaign, so I have no idea.
Oh, he has 3 lives left.
No,
Shit.
I just,
man.
I just never got into it. It's like the first prologue bit was like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be fun and wow. And then we went multiplayer, and I'd rather play multiplayer and spend my time on the multiplayer stuff than doing a single player campaign mode. I mean, probably will at some point I probably will do the campaign. I'm probably just gonna record it and let people see how horrible I am at it. But it's yeah, no, never got invested into the campaign. Sorry. So I believe you when you say it's horrible. I don't know.
No. Don't get me wrong. It's not horrible. It's just disappointing.
All right. I'm going to take your word for it that when you say it's disappointing, I have no idea. I have no opinion about it whatsoever. So I couldn't say anything worth mentioning. So yeah, go on to the multiplayer mode.
Well, anything you have to add to the campaign?
No, not really. Except that I also, the part I played, it does seem like a little bit of a confusing campaign because of the build-up of it. But if you're open-minded, I think it's good. I would just have loved if each part was a little bit longer. Yeah. So I totally agree with you on that, and I have difficulties actually adding anything else to the Battlefield campaign because I didn't play much of the Battlefield 1 because so many games have come out lately. Yeah, but you did say that you were gonna come back to the thing about the trailer and the graphics and stuff, just to remember it. Because I said that I thought that it was the same for Battlefield. But I think it's actually the same for every game because they make cutscene thingy, and for the trailer, that's very, very good, but then the actual game can't do the same thing all the way through. And then you said you didn't agree for Battlefield.
Yeah, all right. Let me put it this way. Ubisoft has a tendency to say, "This is what we're gonna bring out for this console." Like they showed us the intro for instance, Ghost Recon or Siege, and it looked awesome. And they said, "This is coming out for PlayStation," and everybody's like, "Dude, is this coming out for PlayStation? This is wow! This is epic." It was for Rainbow Siege, but it was the same as for Ghost Recon. It really looked fucking awesome. Then the actual gameplay footage came out, and everyone was like, "Holy shit! Is really? What happened to those graphics you showed us?" And then they were like, no, that was just a rendering. And it clearly said in the beginning of the trailer, actual game footage. So,
oh shit.
I mean, what happened to it? And Battlefield, it wasn't. Battlefield just said using the actual game engine, and actually it kind of looks the same like the trailer they showed us. Battlefield actually really looks good. Instead of making poo like Ubisoft does.
That's what I said. I think Nat, you said something about Siege not having, or Battlefield not having great graphics.
No. I think it has great graphics, but not as great as in the trailer. I'd never think that a game can do as good as the trailer, except if they start showing actual game footage. Because the trailer is always beautiful as fuck. But I do think Battlefield 1 has beautiful graphics, just not as beautiful as in the trailer. But I didn't say that they weren't great. I think they're brilliant.
I think the wording was otherwise, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, the main thing with that is I actually think it did use in-game footage, if I remember right. Let me just double
Maybe,
check.
maybe. Oh, maybe you
'Cause
might be right because I
no,
didn't check.
I don't know. I honestly didn't pay attention to it, but I don't remember the Battlefield trailer being any better than the game. I'm not sure who's right here, honestly.
No. The Battlefield trailer, they used in-game footage, like they used the actual
Oh, did
game
they?
engine. Yep.
Hmm.
They really the trailer really looked good.
Well,
And
maybe.
it isn't
Oh yeah,
different from
literally,
gameplay.
as you watch it, it says in-game footage is the first word it says.
Oh,
Which
that's
I'm
cool.
actually,
I might
yeah,
be
it's one of the only
confusing
ones
it
I've
with
seen.
I might be confusing it with the cutscenes in the game because I'm so amazed with the graphics of those, and then I'm just a little bit sad that they don't. Why don't they just make the entire game like that? Why? Because of the animations and all, I guess. But it's just amazing. They can make so pretty cutscenes, but
Yeah, but
the game
it
itself,
has
I
to be
don't know. It
rendered.
has.
Well,
It has to be rendered real time, and you can't
I
do
mean,
that with cutscenes. Or
Yeah,
you
I
can't
was
do that with
thinking that
gameplay.
it
You
had
can't do that
something to
with
do
cutscenes.
with if it was actually possible. I do know that. So if it's something that needs to change accordingly, then I see the problem there.
well, I
It's
mean,
just
No,
I'd argue that I feel that the Battlefield is one of the few games where it does have good in-game footage. I do
oh
feel
yeah.
the actual multiplayer is very good graphically. I say a lot of games aren't, but I say Battlefield is one where I think it does look very pretty.
Yeah,
I do
I
too.
totally agree.
I also think that it is
Mhm.
very pretty game. It's one of the prettiest I saw lately. Plus two
So
dice.
Well,
moving from the
if
camp, oh, you say.
sorry.
No,
If
I
if
was
you
going to
if
change.
you
I was going to change subject, so you go first.
oh, if you compare that to Siege, for instance, if you have the Siege intro or no the Siege trailer, like the release
I'm
trailer,
gonna give the king
you
four.
see that you see that everything is smooth out rendered and it
Oh
really
shit.
looks really nice. And then you come back to the actual gameplay where they didn't use volumetric lighting, they didn't use all the other stuff they did put in the trailer, and you're like just it's not the same game. It's not what you promised to give us.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
die.
not. So I don't understand why that's so hard
Oh.
to just I mean yeah sorry it's just no. Just give us what we want instead of what we would like to see, and then don't give us anything.
Yep.
So that was my last
Oh, that's
thought
fine.
about it.
So moving on to Battlefield 1 multiplayer, I think it's a very robust multiplayer, but there are again ways to improve it. So personally, I would like the multiplayer to have a. I mean, the thing is, when you play the multiplayer, it's supposed to be World War One. When you fire these guns, they are mostly fully automatic, or you can click them so fast they might as well be. I wanted World War One guns, and this ain't it, and it's just a bit of a disappointment because what you're playing as is not what was advertised, and I think they kind of missed an opportunity in that case.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, that I never thought about
kind
that.
of disagree with you on that one, I must say.
I agree
Whereas,
a ton with
so I
that.
mean, I personally was playing a World War One game. I want there to be World War One, you know, World War One guns. What's the point? I want trench warfare. I want that sort of thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I like it in its current incarnation, but it loses the thematic elements of the war. Rather than
Yeah,
basing it around that, it's just like, this is a battlefield you will now fight in. Does this look like any of the actual battlefields? No. Oh, do they exist? Yeah. Did you choose to use them? You would think about that. I'm like, well, why?
I mean, you don't think the guns that are used are Battlefield guns? You don't.
Okay,
Or
the
World War One
Hellriegel, for
guns?
example, was a prototype gun that didn't actually ever come into production. That is
No, but
the
that's
fact that it's in the game is technically a bit bullshit. And the guns will perform like the LMGs have performed so much better than they would in actual life. Take the Automatico. The Automatico was not like that in real life at all.
But that all right, sorry, but that has to do with playability and stuff. I mean, if they would actually make it like World War One guns and how they would actually shoot and work and stuff, I think nobody would really want to play the game anymore. Like,
But it would be cool though. They could have added like in one of the campaigns, they could have added uh, a line in the campaign where you got to shoot with like the First World War weapons.
Well, I mean, bolt action rifles, they're mostly fine. If you look at the starting gun for the assault rifle, that's the assault class, you know, the, I can't remember what the gun's called. It's that gun which I can't remember, it's got 10 bullets in it. That starter gun, that's a semi-automatic gun. That is fine. That's kind of what I'm thinking for the assault class. And I think people will play with guns. People use that gun anyway. And obviously shotguns are fine. And when you look at the medic class, things like the Sepsplatter should be firing slower, but still within that sort of...
sorry, it's Sepsplatter.
The same thing.
Sepsplatter.
That's
someone
Blatter,
else.
the European FIFA Commission man.
He shoots bullets.
What I mean is the guns aren't that different. They're really not. You just don't have full auto. Full auto is just a thing which you reserve purely for the LMGs, and you whack the recoil all the hell up, which is the reason for using them. What this feels like is a World War II game, not a World War One game. So I would slow that the hell down. Maps, ideally I think there's to do with a few more maps. They were released with 9, and the Giant Shadow I think just brought up to 10. Previous Battlefields have opened with a minimum of 10, and then they normally have the first DLC which gives you another like 4. So
yeah, well, I don't really agree with you on the guns part, because I do actually think they did a pretty good job on the guns. And maybe they're not accurate like World War One. True accurate, but on the other hand, you know, it is still a game and you have to consider playability as a factor. So, all right, you know, I'm gonna give them that, and not really nitpick on that one. Do agree with you on the amount of maps, by the way. It's a little bit disappointing. I mean, they could have done with a little bit of more maps, and maybe a little bit of more diversity in them. And the maps overall, you know, I don't know. Some I really like, and some I really hate. For instance, I really hate the ones in the Ardennes, like the Green Hell. I really don't like that one. It's too small for my taste. But yeah, I really like, for instance, Amiens. I really like that map. I think that's a great map. And I wish they had more maps like that.
I'm just trying to remove the AI here. I mean, we'll have to agree to disagree on the whole guns thing, because that is obviously in my camp. So if we work on democracy here, I win. But it's not about who wins this.
Oh, I didn't think this was a contest or a competition.
No, of course not. No, never. This is a pure discussion amongst friends. It's just
I thought
that
this was a normal talk about things.
It is a talk.
Okay.
Well, you're wrong.
I don't care I'm wrong. I have my opinion about this stuff, and this is my opinion.
I'm playing, you know.
I like the guns. I think they did a good job with the guns.
Yeah.
They could have done a better job. Agree with you on that one, but they did a good job.
So yeah, apart from you got 5 stones, jeez. Apart from that, I would also increase soldier customization, because it's non-existent. Whereas even in Battlefield 4, you can customize your camo, and it's not that like people didn't customize their own stuff. Like especially helmets. Helmets were a huge thing in World War One, where they'd put their own like, you know, you might put a skull on it, you might put even put a medic on it. You know, you could do whatever you want with it, but there was a lot of variation in them, and it's not there, which is kind of a disappointment, because it'd be an easy way to bring it in. You know, when you spawn in, you get a choice of it gives you a random of if let's say you're playing on the forest map, you get a choice of white man, different white man, different black man. Whereas if you play the Arab maps, you get all different types of people from obviously around that area globally. But just letting you customize it would probably be a bit more fun.
Again, I totally agree.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The customization of your character would be really important. I mean, I don't get why they didn't just do that in the beginning. I mean, everybody likes and loves customization of their characters, so why they didn't really implement that, I don't know. I mean, I do like the fact that you can create your own logo and stuff, that you can do your own stuff with it. I mean, I do really enjoy that one. But yeah, customization of your character would be really fun. So then you would have more of a connection to your character running around, and people see you as that character. Yeah, totally.
The only other thing I'd add really with the multiplayer is the vehicle balance is fucked.
Oh yeah.
Like, I looked on the Battlefield stats, and heavy tank, for all vehicles, includes like the little bikes and the cars, every single vehicle, including train and behemoth, heavy tank counts for 40% of the picks. So yeah, that's wrong, and they even nerfed the thing, and it's still too big. So and when you look at any of them, they're all just so underpowered in comparison. That should be fixed as of
Dang
the
it.
first patch, and it wasn't, and it's just kind of an embarrassment now.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, personally, I'm not a fan of the hero units either. That was a Battlefront thing, which they now wanted to put in this game as well. I think the game shouldn't have had that, but that's my own personal. I remove it because I think it's just dumb. But
Oh yeah.
and like the
No,
behemoth and train as well, I just would do away with all of that sort of thing. I don't feel
Fuck
they're
me.
beneficial.
no, I quite like the behemoth and the train, by the way. I think that's a pretty good idea to have, to just try to even the odds a little bit, even though it really doesn't do anything most of the time. But you know, it's fun to have this big train in the front, in the middle of the map, or this big giant blimp that is coming to your aid. I mean, you have to put your focus of attention onto the onto the behemoth instead of trying to fight off the enemies. So I do really enjoy that one. And regarding the all the vehicles, when I started playing Battlefield, I started playing Battlefield 2. So wow. Um, So on Battlefield 2, you didn't all the vehicles were already in place. Like the um, the tank was somewhere, and the planes were somewhere, and the helicopter was somewhere, and you run to those positions which vehicle you wanted, and you took that vehicle for yourself, and then you did stuff with that. And if the vehicle somehow um, got blown up or was damaged, you you either pick up. Would you do that?
Because I see you going with your stones for the king.
Yeah, I can't.
You
I
know what?
Yeah,
couldn't
but
get
I'm gonna be
close
even
enough
worse.
for him.
I'm gonna heal the Bane.
alright, you can just need a little bit, and then I'm fine with that. Anyways, so
Just
yeah,
like mine.
I would really want to see that the vehicles just were at a spawn spot instead of
Oh,
that you can spawn
Bane.
into the
What the
vehicles.
hell, Bane? Oh, you mean like traditional Battlefield, not
Yeah, like
Battlefield 1?
traditional battlefields. Yeah,
oh, why isn't
because
it my
then,
turn?
Because you're after in this film, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's crap.
yep.
I can't reach him then. I needed to be closer to him. Sorry for the interruption. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I interrupted you. Sorry, keep going, Answer.
Oh!
Oh.
I should never have interrupted.
You should never interrupt me. You die for that.
Yeah.
You pay.
Oh, my
Sorry
game is-
guys, I won. Yeah, I won 12. 12 prestige. I'm prestige leader, and I am spirit stone leader. None of you had spirit stone.
No, I couldn't. I have troubles focusing about this when talking and having to. I'm very bad at it, but I enjoy playing it, even though.
Oh, my Armello
y-
crashed.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh. So yeah, I would really rather have the original Battlefield setup where there are all kinds of vehicles on the map and you just run to the map, or you run to the vehicle and you get into the vehicle and